Hare Krishna, welcome you all.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So I think we are in third avatara. That is, today we'll be reading about the Matsya avatara. Before we start, I think... I go into slideshow more. I think it is not getting. I think this is the screen is not visible. No, if I'm going on a slide share mode.
It's not visible. It's coming loading.
Yeah, I'll stop it. I'll try to show it the other way only. Let's start with the prayer. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaya Kada Mahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Yadavaya Nama Krishna Madhavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Govindaya Namaha Shri Krishna Hari Bol Gopala Hari Bol Radharamana Govinda Hari Bol Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah, welcome you all. And today we'll be discussing about the Matsya Avatara. In the previous classes, we have learned about the Vamana Avatara and Varaha Avatara. Today, progressing, today we'll be learning about the Matsya Avatara. Matsya means the fish incarnation of Lord Krishna. Okay. Pralayam Payodi Jale Dhiravataan Sivedam Vihitavahitra Charitram Makedam Keshava Pritamina Sarira Jaya Jagadish Hare. Sorry, it is recited. पयोधि जले विदितवन्नसि वेदम् विहितवहित्रचरित्रम् अखेदम् केशवद्रीता मीनशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. So this is one of the sloka taken from the dashavatara stotra. Okay, here we are praising the Lord Vishnu. So Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord of Hari, you have assumed the form of a fish. All glories to you. You easily act as a boat in the form of a giant fish. Okay, just to give protection to the Vedas, which has become immersed in the turbulent sea of the devastation. So whenever there is a rise in irreligion and lot of what is it, adharma is happening and any endanger to the devotees and the living population, Lord will appear in one or the other incarnation in a different form. Like I can say you see in the movies or you take example of a mother, a mother at home. She is a daughter, she's also a wife, she's a mother, she's an in-law, and if she's working, she is a professional. So the same lady will have a different faces to different people. She will represent in a different way to different individuals. Similarly, Lord will appear in various forms as per the need of the situation, and he try to rescue the people who are in danger. Okay, so likewise here Lord Vishnu, who has assumed the form of a fish. So there is some reason for that, why he has come in the form of a fish. If you say in the previous classes, Lord has assumed the form of a Vamana, a giant dwarf, a dwarf. Okay, and later he'll become a very giant, and the space will not be enough for to give it in a as a sacrifice to him. But in the previous class, we have learned about the Varaha Avtara, where he'll be saving the Mother Earth, which got submerged in the ocean. So this time also one purpose for his Avtara. What exactly? That is, he has to protect the Vedas, which is getting immersed in the turbulent scene, along with other the devotees. So we'll see the main reason behind that. So the details about this is given in a Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto, 24th chapter. If you have a time to read in detail. So Vatsavatara is one of the avatars of Lord Vishnu. So we worship him in this form also. So in this fish, incarnation, there are two incarnations of the fish. Okay, the Lord appears a fish incarnation to give to save the Vedas by killing the Hayagriva. So Hayagriva, the one who wanted to demolish and perish all these Vedas which have been coming from the parampara for the betterment of the mankind. And so another form he assumes to show favoring the Satyavrata. Here he is both favoring the dharma as well as he is also giving a lesson to the people who are following adharma. Okay, so there are two purposes for this. Hare Krishna, can somebody please volunteer to read this?
I can read, Mataji.
Yes, please, Prabhu.
This is the story of how the Lord once incarnated as a fish. This happened because once Lord Brahma lost the Vedas, which were stolen by an asura called Hayagriva, who lived at the bottom of the ocean. Since a fish is the best animal for living in the water, Krishna took the form of a fish to get back the Vedas.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
As we have discussed in the previous class, two forms, one is to save the Vedas from the asura called Hayagriva. Okay, so that is one purpose for his fish incarnation. And second one is that, yeah. Kale nagata nidrasya dhatus sisvai sorbali mukhato Nishritan Vedan Hayagrivontike Harat Yeah.
Read Mataji.
Yes.
At the end of Brahma's day, when Brahma felt sleepy and desired to lie down, the Vedas were emitting from his mouth, and the great demon named Hayagriva stole the Vedic knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, this is totally objectionable, isn't it? So when somebody is resting, we are stealing their property, especially the great Vedas, which are there to help the mankind. Okay. ज्ञाता तद्दानि दानवेन्द्रस्य हयग्रीवस्य चेष्टितं दादरा सफारी रूपं भगवान् हरिरीश्वरा. Yeah, you can read the translation.
Understanding the act of the great demon, Hayagriva, the supreme personality of Godhead, Hari, who is full of all opulences, assumed the form of a fish, and saved the Vedas by killing the demon. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. As we have discussed in a previous slide, the one main purpose is to kill a demon called Hayagriva. Okay. And you know who can do that? Only Sri Hari can do it, because he is all merciful towards his devotee and he cannot see the devotees in danger. Okay. So, and as Hayagriva is living in the bottom of the sea, you know, only in the form of fish, thought he can kill that person and save the Vedas by killing the demon. Ekada kritam malayam kurvato jalatarpanam tasyanjali ujyake kachich chapari ekabhya padyata. So this is another reason why Lord appeared in the Matsya Avatara. Yes, somebody please read the translation.
There once lived a king named Satyavarta. He was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu and daily worshipped him. One day, when he was doing his daily worship, a tiny fish seemed to get caught in his water pot. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, one is to kill the Hayagriva, and second is to benefit the great king called Satyavrata. So, when he is offering his prayers in the bank of the river, the tiny fish, which is the Lord, it's a purpose of the Lord. So, he will come to Satyavrata. Okay. What happens next? Satu tatraika ratrena vardham anaka mandalau alabhatvam mavakam swa iham idam aha mahipatim. Yeah. So what happened next?
But in one night, that fish grew so much that he could not move his body comfortably in the water of the pot. He then spoke to the king as follows.
Hare Krishna. I think
Hare Krishna.
any fish will grow so fast in the water body. No, na Prabhu.
No. Not
Yeah.
Mataji.
Yeah. So it's an indication that they are not dealing with an ordinary fish. It is something very auspicious, and only the Supreme Personality of the Godhead can assume that form. Okay. Like how we have seen the dwarf form Vamana Avatara. So looking at him, even what do you say? The king thought, ki, okay, fine, I can give him the land and all. But when he asked for 3 foot of land, he thought, okay, it's nothing. But when the Lord assumed the Jain form, it is next to impossible for him to give that. Similarly, similar to that is happening here. Okay. Naham kamandala vasmin kriksham vasum ihotsahe kalpayauka suvipulam yatra ham nivase sukham.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, my dear king,
Oh, my dear king, I do not like living in this water pot with such great difficulty. Therefore, please find some better reservoir of water where I can live comfortably. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. First of all, these are they are not verbal animals. They can't speak, you know. But it is all the divine intervention that they are able to communicate their necessities to that person. So somewhere it is indicating that it is a divine energy. Okay, isn't it? Saenam tata adaya nyadhyad audan chanodake tatra kshipta muhurtena Hastatrayam avardhata. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Then taking the fish out of the water pot, the king threw him in a large well. But within a moment, the fish developed to the length of 3 cubits.
Yeah.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
yeah, even the king Satyavrata has changed it to a bigger body, but it is not accommodating that also. So it has grew even the length of a 3 cubits. So it has grown even huge. It is not fitting there also. So what's next? Tata adaya sarajna Kshipta rajan sarovare tad avritya manu soyam mahaminon Vavardhata. Yeah.
O Maharaj Parikshit, the king took the fish from the well and threw him in a lake. But the fish then assumed a gigantic form exceeding the extent of the water. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So whatever the a small vessel to bigger body, then to a lake. So the to whatever the bigger water body they are shifting the lake. They are shifting. The fish is assuming the bigger form and it is not fitting into that. Here also it has exceeded the extent of water and it has formed a huge fish. Okay. Iti uttasунయాన్ మత్స్యం తత్ర తత్ర ఏవి దాసిని జలసయే సంమితం తం సముద్రే ప్రక్షిపజ్జాసం. Yeah.
King Satyavrata took the fish to the largest reservoir of water. But when that also proved insufficient, the king at last threw the gigantic fish into the ocean.
Might be he has shifted from lake to the river, but even that has fallen short for this fish. It has given so large and all. At last he threw fish into the ocean. Okay, let's see. There is some purpose for this fish to grow into such a big large body. Okay. Nunam tvam bhagavan saksha dhare narayano vyaya anugrahya bhutanam dasye rupam jalaukasham.
My Lord, you are certainly the inexhaustible Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, Sri Hari. It is to show your mercy to the living entities that you have now assumed the form of an aquatic. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So there is some time limit for any growth. It is growing vigorously and nothing is fitting. Any water body is falling short to accommodate this fish. So that's an indication that we are dealing with Lord Narayana. So here King realizes that he's living that he is dealing with Sri Hari and he's just offering his obeisances here. Next.
The Lord replied, in 7 days the world will be plunged into the great flood of devastation. A large boat will come to you then. Now collect all the herbs, plants, seeds, trees, and all kinds of animals. Take them and the 7 rishis with you to the boat. When the storms rock the boat, tie it up with the serpent, Vasuki, to my horn. Do not be afraid. I will support the boat during the flood and will give you transcendental knowledge.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Lord is foreseeing a danger to this human mankind and all the living entities which are there on the planet Earth. So he is saying that he will assume a large boat form. Okay. And he's asking that collect all the herbs, plants, seeds, trees, and all kinds of animals which are there on planet Earth and take them along with them. And also the 7 rishis. Okay. This he is instructing to King Satyavrata, okay, and take them along with you into the boat. When the storm rocks the boat, tie it with the serpent Vasuki to my horn. See, this fish has a special characteristic. It has got a horn. So don't be afraid. So he's saying, I will support you during this and I will see that you will be getting, all the people will be getting the transcendental knowledge. Trilokyam lilamanayam samvritam bhasi vaitata upadhyayastino kaschid vishalatvam mayerita.
When all the three worlds merge into water, a large boat sent by me will appear before you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So all arrangements is made by Lord to save the Vedas, okay, and the Saptarshis and all the mankind, okay. And do dumanam tvam navam samirena baliyasa upasthitasya me shringe nibadnihi mahanina. Yeah.
Then, as the boat is tossed about by the powerful winds, attach the vessel to my horn by means of the great serpent Vasuki, for I shall be present by your side.
Hare Krishna. So
Hare
this,
Krishna.
yeah, Hare Krishna. This the boss is, what is it? The boat is tossed about with the powerful because they say, he said there will be a storm, okay? And when it is anchored to the Vasuki, and he's taking care of all the living entities which are there in the boat. Yeah.
Satyavarta did as he told was. In 7 days, the flood started. There were terrible storms, and the clouds poured water down on the earth. You could no longer see the earth or heavens. All was water. The king and the 7 sages sat in the boat in deep meditation. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. See, once we have a full faith on the Lord, how is his protection we can see. See, but here all the 7 sages, despite so much of a storm outside and there is a downpour of water, everybody is calm and composed and doing the meditation in this agitated water. Sonudhyatastato rajna Pradurashinmaharnave ekashringadharo matsyo haimo niyuta yojana. Yes,
Then while the king constantly meditated upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a large golden fish appeared in the ocean of inundation. The fish had one horn and was 8 million miles long. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. It's such a long fish we will not see anytime. So it is none other than the Lord Narayan who has assumed the form of a fish to save the mankind. Okay. So here King Satyavrata is praying, "Oh Lord, just as the gold loses its impurity when it comes into contact with the fire, you all know, like when we have to make an ornament, it has to be put under fire. So the living being loses his ignorance when he worships you. Okay. So please give me the knowledge of you and cut the ignorance from my heart." As the Satyavrata listened, the Supreme God gave him the spiritual knowledge. Purana Samhitam Divyam Sankhya Yoga Kriyavatim Satyavratasya Rajarser Atma Guhyam Asesata.
Supreme Personality of Godhead thus explained to King Satyavarta the spiritual science known as Sankhya Yoga, the science by which one distinguishes between matter and spirit, in other words, Bhakti Yoga, along with the instructions containing in the Puranas, the other histories, and the Samhitas. The Lord explained himself in all these literatures. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. He also given him a boon to know about the Vedas and all the Vedic knowledge and all the literature. And apart from that, he also bless him the instructions contained in the Puranas and the Samhita. So Lord himself will, which Lord has given for the mankind for the betterment of these people. So here got a boon that he knows about it personally from the Lord. Asrausit Rishibhi Sakam Atma Tattvam Asamsayam Naviyas Bhagavata Proktam Brahma Sanatanam.
While sitting in the boat, King Satyavrata, accompanied by the great saintly persons, listened to the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in regard to self-realization. These instructions were all from the eternal Vedic literature, Brahma. Thus, the king, and sages had no doubt about the absolute truth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. As in Bhagavad Gita, we are seeing Lord is instructing the Arjuna. Similarly, here Lord is instructing the Satyavrata about all the great literature which is there, and he is giving all instructions. So, and it is evident when Lord is himself delivering all this knowledge onto you, so they have no doubt about the absolute truth. Okay. Satyavratasya rajarsya maya masyasya sargina samvadam mahadakhyanam shutva muchyata kilvishat.
This story concerning the great king Satyavrata and the fish incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is a great transcendental narration. Anyone who hears it is delivered from the reactions of sinful life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, for every avatara, there is some reason behind it. Here it is two. One thing is to help the Satyavrata, second is to kill the Hayagriva. Okay. So, both the purpose are served. So, this is the great story of Matsya Avatar, and whosoever hear this will be getting the lot of, what is it? Transcendental knowledge about the Lord and bless us to progress further in bhakti. Okay. Avataram Hareryo Mam Kirtaye Anvaham Nara Sankalpastasya Siddhyanti Sayati Paramam Gatim.
One who narrates the description of the Matsya incarnation and King Satyavrata will certainly have all his ambitions fulfilled, and he will undoubtedly return home back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, whosoever narrates, like whosoever reads it and whosoever listens to it, both the devotees will be benefited out of this great story about the fish incarnation of Lord Narayana. So, he will undoubtedly will return back to home, because only upon Lord's blessing will come to read and hear about it. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. This is a short presentation about Matsya Avatar. Any doubts?
Mataji, I had one doubt.
Yes.
Satyavrata, right? His name, he's actually called Manu, right? King Manu?
No. No, Mataji.
Okay, yeah.
Anything?
Priya Mataji.
But let me check Aishwarya Mataji once. Okay.
Yeah.
I will also check once. To my knowledge, I haven't studied till now. Let me check once again. I'll get back to you. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
We'll end the class for today here. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we'll resume for the next avatara by next Monday, 8 p.m. Yeah. Hare Krishna, one and all.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much.
Hare Krishna.